Yeah, I'm back right up in your face where I'm supposed to be, connecting with the people. And I just wanted to talk about something real quick. And it's called the good, the bad, and the iffy. And yes, good as in a virtuous thing, like in a state of virtue or alignment, good, bad, or iffy with actions, thoughts, wherever the person is aligning, right? And the reason that the opposites affect this scenario, and another good principle about the thing that's expressed as the opposites, right? Okay, so the good, the bad, the iffy. One should never live a life of good building up all their reputation on good deeds and good actions, all these different things, be well read, well respected, and then turn around to do something dishonorable or something that can discredit their name or anything like that. So it's not like you can build up a certain reservoir, like a buildup of good points, so that way you can get bailed out of making a terrible mistake, or making a bad decision and just writing it off because maybe you've tallied up some good points, and it won't be so bad. Um, and then so that's that principle there, is you can't, they don't mix, what I'm saying? You don't do good on your path and then turn around and do bad, you know, or like a person may think that, oh, they saved up all this money earnestly and they're about to, they need this down payment for the house. And instead of getting a loan, maybe they can gamble and get the money. And so they use the money that they were putting towards the house to gamble in hopes that they would get what they need. Instead, they lose big. You know what I mean? So that's another example. Like, you make a bad decision after doing all these good things, and it can cost you, right? Um, okay, then you move on to the bad. Like a person, in this aspect, they would be more saying moralistically that you can't do a bunch of bad and want good results in the end, right? So whereas on good doing bad, they ruin their reputation and discredit themselves, and everything that they've built for all that time gets destroyed. Over here, you can't have do a bunch of shady things, underhanded, do bad things to people, and then create something good from it and expect it not to be torn down from all of your misdoings before. See what I mean? Like, it'll catch up to you in the end, kind of thing. And that's why they say you can't do bad and try to make good from the bad. It'll be tainted with the actions that you took before and carry that energy into whatever you create. And then that will suffer because of that. And then iffy energy is the last one. And iffy energy is a so-so type of energy, and it means that you've hesitated, lagged, or were unprepared, or just maybe over anxious or underwhelmed with it. Whichever way, you just don't move the way that you should. Either committed, either bad action or good action, right? But preferably good action. Because it doesn't have the same hindrance attached to it. But iffy action is when you don't commit. So that way you start iffy and you end iffy. So if you're not studied, there will be something that you come up against, a challenge that you weren't ready for. In other words, it'll come back around to you handling that same subject matter again and again and again until you get it right. So the iffy energy is just kind of like spinning your wheels type of energy. And so you can't expect anything good to come from the iffy energy, because it's always stagnated by itself, like by the lack of activity or lack of support. So anything that you do, you should always put your best intention into it, so it remains genuine, in other words, and authentic. And when you come up with that plan or that idea, commit to it. Don't half-ass it, commit to it. And it doesn't mean that you have to have the best of everything. Excuse me. It doesn't mean you need the best of everything. It just means that with whatever that you're working with, you do it to the T. You do it to death. You got that resource, you use it to death, and you go all out for it, and really stick it to it. Stick the landing. You know what I mean? Of course, like we already said, you know what I'm saying, you really don't want to be caught up in bad activity, because of the fact that once you start to build something from believing in yourself and seeing the type of effect that you can have when you apply yourself, you don't want that to be destroyed by any type of previous acts or energy that can come creeping in and letting those shadows or skeletons out, skeletons out the closet and shadows creeping in, you know what I mean? So that's that there. And, just always commit and don't let anything mess up the balance that you can create. So it's just better to stay genuine, focus, and head on your path. And that, in short, is part of the opposites lessons again, and is called the good, the bad, the iffy. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, share, come along with me all over social media. Check out all my music, A.D.S, Aiyea the Shadow, King A.D.S, either or. Like I said before, you might know me by my government name, but either way, I love you. I hope nothing but the best for you, and come along with me on a journey. Check out all the music, and I'll see you next time. Peace.